Hey everyone, I'm here with John Martin. He is from Meredith, New Hampshire, and is a school administrator and the director of innovation and technology.
Yep, for the Interlakes School District.
Yeah, it's an honor to be here with John. This is the second time that we've traveled together.
It is.
Was also a part of the open world trip in Kenya in 2017.
Yep.
And I thought I would just let John talk about the incredible experience that we had with professional development at the TriKa school yesterday.
Yeah, it was a really good time. We were lucky enough to have had donated or acquired 12 iPads, 10 minis, and 2 of the larger iPads. We were able to bring those over here, and yesterday's professional development was an opportunity to introduce iPads to the teachers. The first session, we call it the care and feeding session. Yeah. So it's all about how to work your way around the iPad, how to turn it on, how to turn it off, ways to care for it, ways to prevent damage and injury to the system so that it can be used for as long as possible. So that was a lot of fun. It was really well received by the educators. I think what they really wanted to do was to be able to take those at that time and go home and play with them. Unfortunately, we needed them for a couple of other follow-on professional development opportunities, and so we promised them that they would have an opportunity to do that when we left, and that we would be leaving them in their care so that they would be able to use those to improve the learning outcomes for their own students.
It was amazing to see the energy, I think, in the room, just the excitement, and also just how quickly, I mean, all the teachers, it felt like they were experts with kind of what we were talking about. I mean, we just went through the basics, you know, turning on the iPad, turning it off, iPad care, and also just notes, like how to use the notes feature.
And notes was huge. What's really nice about notes is it doesn't require you to be online. Everything that you do can be stored right there, and then when they do get online, because we gave them a shared account, one note that one teacher creates is automatically distributed across all of the iPads, so that now they all have the advantage of being able to see what one another is doing, and so they're learning from one another, and that learning in the iterative process will then lead to improvement. Yeah,
and seeing all the teachers working together. Shelby Miller was also sitting with all the teachers, and it was awesome to see the teachers working with Shelby. It was really cool, and we were really happy to have Shelby in there with her expertise as an elementary teacher, especially with the age groups that TriKa serves. And I want to give a shout out, a really special thank you to USD 375, Nick Cran, who helped straight up donate 8 iPad minis. The Inman School District also getting notified from my close friend Isaac in Inman that there was an iPad sale. That was huge, and it means a lot. That's how we got 2 of our larger iPads.
Yep, and then 2 from the Interlakes School District from one of my elementary schools, Sandwich Central School. So shout out to Sandwich. Actually, there's a Nepal connection there. The daughter of one of our teachers there has done work here in country, and so she has been following our exploits with great interest, and hoping that in the long term we may be able to create a classroom-to-classroom relationship between my school and here at TriKa.
And I think one other element of the PD, I mean, that was just outstanding was watching Natalie, Natalie Chabot.
I want to talk about that because that was so cool. We brought whiteboards, what do you call it? Like the chipboard, the hard ones. And Natalie has these things that she calls nap boards, and we use them in Kenya with great success. What we were using them for, and we were demonstrating, was how quickly you can perform formative assessment so that you're maximizing the amount of time that your learners can spend interacting with learning opportunities. So Natalie took a piece of a page protector, slipped in a white sheet of plain paper as a background, and then you take a simple dry erase, and as you're providing queries or prompts to your students, they're writing their answer down, they're holding it up, and you can immediately scan across the room to see exactly where your students' learning is. So that check for understanding can happen instantaneously, and then that gives you as an educator a really quick opportunity to see where your learners are strong and which of your learners may need a little bit more support in certain areas.
Yeah, and I think one thing that we evaluated in our evaluations in the first 2 days of the school, the one thing that we were seeing is that teachers would have to individually check all the students' notebooks.
Yes, and that was a really slow and laborious process, and it also led to a lot of downtime. And the beauty of this is that all of the students have I really hate that term, but I've been hearing it, so I've been using it. I prefer the term learners.
Yeah.
So all of the learners have an opportunity to interact much more frequently. And the other piece that was nice about that is those prompts. We are encouraging the teachers to use, or educators to use, open-ended prompts. So rather than saying, draw a house that looks exactly like this, we said, give them an opportunity to draw your house or draw your favorite animal. Because one of the things that we've noticed is that the learners here are very good at reciting back exactly what you have prompted them to do. But where they struggle a little bit is in being able to do abstract thinking. And so these nap boards are great because now you can build in opportunities for the learners to expand the way that they think about certain things. And I think that's going to be huge for the developmental progress of our TriKa learners.
And it was amazing too. I think Professor Melissa is the one who came up with the term nap board. So props to Melissa. But one amazing thing was there was just an energy. You know, Nat would ask a question, a math question, we would answer it. And I think being able to identify, like if you have 15 students in your room, 12 of them get it, 3 don't, instead of needing to go to notebook to notebook to notebook, and you have 14 kids waiting with each notebook that you're checking, and you finally find the 3 students who don't know, instantaneously you can identify the 3 students who might not be getting the concept, and that was awesome. But I think the highlight of the meeting for me was seeing the grade 1 teacher, Angeli.
I was hoping you were going to say that.
The grade 1 teacher here, she graduated 2 months ago and has been teaching at the TriKa School 2 months. She led the PD in asking questions that we had to answer on the whiteboard. And something that was funny, we're all used to it. We're all used to the nap boards. So, all the open world team members were doing well. She asked a question and she was like, answers must be in Nepali. And it just completely, it was the first time we didn't answer it well.
Needless to say, we received low marks for our responses.
Yes. But seeing Angeli kind of take charge like that and seeing the excitement from the teachers, we're all going to introduce the nap boards together in the classroom tomorrow. Sunday there's school in Nepal, and we just can't wait to see how it goes.
And I think to go along with that, anytime you have professional development, those icebreakers are important. You need that one person who's willing to step outside of their comfort zone and take a risk.
Yes.
And it's even more scary for teachers who are now guests or have guests who are from another country. And so the expectation is that you're being evaluated. And yes, we're observing, but we're not critiquing. And so for Angeli to step up and be willing to take that risk was huge for us, because I think that was our first foray into professional development here. But they've asked for it every day that we will be working with them. So for the next 4 or 5 days, we'll be giving them professional development opportunities. My hope is that by Angeli breaking the ice, our other educators will be willing to take that risk, having seen that it is a safe and supportive environment. And for any professional development, whether it's in Nepal or Kenya or in the States, I think that's the most important thing, is constructing an environment where it's safe for your participants to take risks and to encourage that risk-taking, because that's where our growth and our learning really does develop.
And with the response that we got here, we're hoping we can continue regular PD like this once we return to the States, and we're really excited about that. I think before we leave, I have to also thank Professor Melissa for really leading the meeting, the professional development, and setting the tone. She came here a week early and really helped set the tone here, and we could not do this without her. And having her in the back of the room just kind of helping us as we helped conduct the professional development was just awesome. And I can't wait. Yesterday felt collaborative, and I just can't.
Yeah, it did.
I can't wait for that to continue.
Yeah. That's going to be exciting to see where we go from here.
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
Yeah. Well, everybody, thank you. It's been an honor to join you from the rooftop at the TriKa School. And we'll see you again soon. Yeah. Namaste, everybody.